Hi there, spoiler warning, I'm Hyper.
Hey there guys, this is Sawnik and Hyper from Amigo Sawnik.
First off, if you click this video, you should probably know what we're about to review, but spoiler warning anyway.
Okay guys, so we are here today to review Inside Out. So, before we get to the actual movie, I just want to say my favorite character was Disgust.
My favorite character? That's an interesting one. The emotion that I related most to, definitely fear, but, I like joy and rage a lot, but overall my favorite character is probably fear still.
But anyways, basically this is about a girl named Riley who's like 11 years old. She lives somewhere in Wisconsin and she's moving to San Francisco because of her dad's job.
You know, this is the second time in an animation movie in the past, year that San Francisco is used, except last time it was San Fran, Tokyo in Big Hero 6. That was a good movie, too. Okay, anyway,
and when she moves there, she's sad because she misses all her friends and basically her old life. So she gets the idea to...
Actually, big deal. One moment I found really sad was that, but also sort of funny, was how fast she got rid of her, like, old friends. Like, she thought they replaced them, and then she just hung up a Skype call.
But anyway, when she's in San Francisco, she slowly gets more and more depressed. And soon she gets the idea to run away. And at last minute...
Whoa, we have skipped so much of the movie.
I'm not talking about the emotions yet. I'm just talking about the humans.
Okay.
So she gets the idea to run away, and at last minute she turns around and comes back.
Yep, and that's all that happens on the human side of things.
But this movie is about the inside.
Riley is sort of she's always there, but she's never really the main character. Well, she is.
She is the first Disney character to both be a character and a place. So we go back to the beginning. The first one to show up is Joy when Riley's a baby.
And well, Sadness showed up too when she was a baby, but like
seconds later. I think that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Like right as Sadness showed up, she was just laying on the only button there was. She's like, "Hi, I'm Sadness," and she was like taking over. And Joy was like, "Oh, can I?"
You know, I was actually really surprised that Sadness didn't show up first, because usually that's the first thing that shows up.
Yeah, Riley was a special baby.
We can see that her childhood is mostly happy from...
Yeah.
Oh, we should probably mention there are two types of memories. Core memories and long-term.
Yes. Well, there's normal memories and there's core memories.
Those are the two main ones. Core memories go into your core, and basically they make islands, sort of, so to speak, of your personality, like goofiness.
Yeah, I think she has Goofball Island, Friendship Island, Family Island, and Hockey Island.
Goofy Island.
Oh, it's Goofball.
Goofball, yeah, and yeah, hockey. You're right. It was hockey because that one went down first, I think.
One of my other favorite parts, which is basically right before this. It's like, oh, this is a crappy place, but Joy is like, oh, guys, I can turn this around. Let's go get pizza. And then it's like, oh yeah, pizza. That'll work, Joy. Thanks. And they go, and they can only get one type of pizza, and the toppings are broccoli, and then Disgust is just puking in the background, and Anger's going crazy. She does have a lot of reasons to be sad, though.
Yeah, she does.
Anyways, let's get to the main point. So,
main thing is that,
she gets to class.
Riley starts finding class because Sadness, and,
Okay, so there's this thing about Sadness, she likes to touch everything. She likes to touch all the memories.
She's very touchy.
And when she touches them, they turn blue. And, like, no matter what type of memory it is, it turns sad. And no matter what they do, the others can't switch it back.
Yeah, and Joy is just, like, no touchy.
Whoa, no touchy. No touchy. No touch.
I like the part where Joy was like, Okay, this is the sadness circle. You stand here.
Yeah.
So anyways, while they're in class, Joy, I like how they're like, there's some
Fear
cool
freaks
girls
out.
there's some cool girls at 1 o'clock. We want them to like us.
And then Fear's just like, guys, here's a list of everything that can go wrong today. Number 1 being murdered, stuff like that, and being called on by the teacher. Just like
that happened right after he said it.
The teacher gets calls on them, and he's just like, right out of the gate, this is gonna be a terrible day. And
Right, so the main thing, Sadness is going up and touching the core memories. Like there's like, oh, let's talk about selling Happy from Wisconsin, and then it starts turning blue, and they turn around and Sadness is touching it. They try and stop her.
But no, it wasn't a core memory yet. It was almost a core memory. It was the memory they were showing.
The memory they were showing was her as a little girl playing hockey.
No, it wasn't. It was it was one of her old.
It wasn't a core memory. It was just a memory.
Yeah.
But anyways, they try and stop her, but what happens is Joy and Sadness accidentally get sucked up to the tube and sent to long-term memory. So that leaves...
They're fighting because a core memory is made of this moment that is sad, of her crying in class.
Yeah.
And like, just Joy rejects the heck out of that.
She's like, we can't have this. And then Sadness was like, no, this is a memory. You can't do anything with it. But, that just
they get sucked into long term.
Anger, and fear to control Riley. That is not a good combination.
Hey, Fear, my man, he can get you by in life. I mean, not completely, but...
Sorta. It'd be sad
sorta.
life. Well, never mind.
You'll be safe. You'll be safe, at least. I mean, I wouldn't want my life controlled by Fear.
Okay, so... What was your opinion on Bing Bong?
Bing Bong. Oh boy, I loved Bing Bong. I was never able to sustain an imaginary friend as a child. Like, I remember them, but it was just like, oh, well, I'd like an imaginary friend, so let's make one. Because of, like, how... if you guys have never watched Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, that show is great.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I have a bunch of ideas in my head, but I never had, like, an imaginary friend. Like, the one imaginary friend I remember that I made was a small kitten who couldn't even talk, and I just brought it in my lunchbox. And I only had it for, like, 3 days, and then forgot about it, and it just occasionally pops up in my mind whenever I think of imaginary friends. But Bing Bong I really liked. I really enjoyed. He was a fun character to have. And, you know... We all have that thing that we had loved when we were little, but then we eventually forgot about. I think Bing Bong represented that. Yeah.
For me, at first, I was like, oh, he's a really crazy guy. And then later, I was like, oh, dang, I actually like him. He's a pretty awesome character now.
Oh, yeah. At first, I was like, oh, is he just like a thief in the memories?
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, who the heck is this? What is he doing?
Is he stealing memories? Is this why you forget things like 3 seconds after you think of it?
That would have been a perfect thing to put in the movie, though.
Yeah. It's like, why do you forget things after 3 seconds, but remember a gum ad for your whole life?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, any favorite moments?
Alright.
The dream. The Dream was one of my favorite, like the Dream Studios and everything.
That one I liked, like,
the whole nightmare thing.
My favorite, well, this will probably, don't judge me about this, but one of my favorite parts was, when Fear was watching the dream and Joy and Sadness were trying to sabotage it and make her so happy that she would wake up.
If they ripped the dog
when they were a dog and the dog ripped apart, and then the look on Fear's face and on the dog's face.
I love that. That was great.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. While I'm still thinking about it, there was actually 2 parts of the movie that made me cry.
I never cried. I came close though.
I did. I was like, the first part, I was like, okay, I did it. I held in the tears. And the second one, I was like, oops, I can't handle it twice.
What do you mean? What first part?
So the first part, pretty much made me cry, but I held it in the best.
What's the first part? What's the first part?
That's what I'm saying. Was when Joy fell into the pit where all the memories go to die.
Dude,
and she was just looking at all the memories, and she was crying. She's like, I just wanted Riley to be happy. Like, you know it's bad when literally Joy is sad.
The essence of Joy is crying. Okay, that part made me sad, but I felt sadness to an extreme level, but I wasn't close to crying. I might have been, I don't remember. I held it in. I remember I didn't cry, but I came freaking close at the end. Oh my god.
The second part was the ending. Well, right before the ending. When she came home after running away, and she hugged her parents, and Sadness and Joy worked together to fix it.
Yeah.
And she was crying while she was hugging her parents. I was like, no, don't do this to me. No, not again.
That part made me really depressed, but it feels weird hearing it out loud, because it feels like just one of those things that you shouldn't say out loud. I don't know.
I don't even know. It was like a happy sad, just like her memory. I was like happy that she was there, but sad why she was there.
I don't know. One of my favorite parts is seeing what all the emotions in everybody else had.
Yeah, that was amazing. I loved the dog and the cat. I still remember what the dogs were saying.
I really enjoyed the boy.
Oh, that one I was laughing so hard.
And then all
the characters were fear, and they're like, girl.
Well, they weren't all fear, but they were all freaking out like fear.
They had an alarm go off saying girl.
The puberty button.
Oh, I loved how Anger was like, they updated our keyboard. Look at all of these curse words. And I loved how Fear was like, oops, I accidentally clicked one.
The guy with the helicopter, who you're like, why did we ever give him up?
Oh. It's like we could have gotten the Brazilian helicopter pilot. And he just goes, come, fly with me, chica.
And then there's one girl who has the same guy in her head.
Oh, the teacher.
The teacher.
She's the one who married him. But anyways, let's do final thoughts on the movie.
Yeah, really liked the movie. Thought it was one of the best ones that have come out in 2015 so far, if not the best one.
Honestly, it's my all-time favorite movie, at least right now.
Awesome. So, it's up there for me. It's not. I don't think it's my favorite, but it's in my top 10 probably.
So I give it 10 out of 10 broccoli pizzas.
Now 10 emotions.
10 out of 10 emotions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, bye guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. If there's a movie you think we should review or TV show or something,
talk about aimlessly for 25 minutes.
Put it in the comments, even if you want us to just record ourselves talking about nothing and then show you.
We can do that. We get off track so easily. Just give us a basic subject.
We do that all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
See ya.